Hello guys, this is Adam Alto Healing with another spiritual video and podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about the importance of choosing love over hate. This seems obvious, of course, but I think we do this, even the most enlightened, if you want to call that a word. The people that have been in this spiritual practice have their moments, and it's okay to acknowledge that we all have our moments, but still, I think this is a daily practice from choosing love over hate, love over fear. Fear and hate, I feel, are the same. Now, why did I bring this up? It's because something in my life happened. Don't worry, I didn't say anything hateful as far as I'm aware of. So my brother, he was supposed to do something. Yeah, he was supposed to pick up my grandma from the hospital. And she had just a leg operation, nothing too serious. He said he was gonna pick her up around 1 o'clock. But my aunt, my grandma's sister, wanted him to pick her up in the morning for some reason. He couldn't. Tried explaining to her. My aunt is talking to my grandma, and she looks over at my brother, and my brother's like, he has his feet on the desk, and she tells my grandma, "Oh, Mike has his feet on the desk. He's so eager to visit you," and I'm really sarcastic, and that triggered him, and he actually told my aunt to go fuck herself in Polish. Well, it caused some bad relations, to say the least, throughout the couple days. He works with angels. He's a very spiritual person, but he just got triggered because she called him lazy. And I bet you can relate. Maybe you didn't tell someone off that bad. Maybe you did. I think we all have our little trigger points, unhealed aspects of the self, because the true self, the divine self, is never hurt, no matter what happens. Now, the thing about this, how I feel, at least in my journey, is I would choose hate over love when it comes to thoughts about myself. And I would paint a pretty nasty picture of myself. And I still have my moments, but not as bad as it used to be. And that's great. With all this spiritual work, it's been paying off, because I'm a lot more kinder to myself than I have been. I can see manifestation-wise things are going quite well. But in middle school, high school, I had such a bad view of myself, because I would let these thoughts of myself, these black thoughts, these false thoughts, these thoughts based in fear or what other people said about me, I'm weak, lazy, whatever, and I would tolerate that, and I would choose to hate myself instead of choosing to love myself. And it's easy, just love yourself. But I think it's a day-to-day, thought. Is this thought loving? Great. If not, send it away. Because I look at manifesting, and in truth, I don't think there's actual manifestation. It's just we call things into being. The infinite potentials already exist. We just call them into being. So, like, if you're at the frequency of hate, you're going to call more hate. If you're at the frequency of love, you call more love. It's like painting with good paint, with love, and painting of nasty colors, with fear. You're going to get a whole different picture. And I've been asking myself a question lately, is what would love do in this situation? Because I've had moments where I would not shine my light. I wouldn't give a compliment, or I wouldn't say thank you or something like that, because I was afraid. I'm afraid of rejection. But when I did choose love, choosing love, it doesn't have to be the miraculous thing. It could be a small act. I had a class, and it's mostly full of Polish people, but we have some Erasmus students, and one guy was from Turkey. And I just approached him, and I said, "Hey, man, you're new here. You want to get some coffee? I know it's hard to meet people, because I'm also a foreigner, but no, I'm not from Erasmus, but I can relate." I even paid for his coffee, and at that point, I didn't have a lot of money. We became friends. And I still look back, like, what if I didn't say hi, or what would have happened if I chose fear instead? But in that moment, I choose love, and I have a new friend just from this small act of kindness, this small act of love. And what I love to do is, when I'm in a high vibe, even in a lower state, is to bless all those around me, bless my family, bless my friends, or bless even strangers on the street, because we're all in this together. Even a non-verbal, of course, if you could say something, but words, thoughts, they go a long way. If you look at the person as who they truly are, as a divine spirit, even if they're going through something, remember, I know who you are. I know what you are. I know how you serve. And you're blessing them for them to be their best, to recognize who they truly are. And another reason why to choose love over hate. It's motivating, it's inspiring. Have you ever listened to the lower self, to the lower nature of ourselves, the one that's fear-based? It's like, oh, don't do this. Oh, you'll never succeed. Oh, come on, don't you remember the last time you failed? Or it's never worked out before. I'll never get this. And what kind of life do you create when you listen to the lower voice? You create lower manifestations. But when we listen to love, when we hear it and we act upon it, just like I acted upon, getting that coffee, it pays off. Really pays off in miraculous ways. It's inspiring. Because when you think of love, a force that binds us all together, a power beyond us, or we think of other people over ourselves. Not to say that you shouldn't focus on yourself. There's a balance to it, of course. But when we focus on the well-being of others, spreading that joy, it's inspiring instead of just focusing on keeping what we have or recreating what we already know. As the Course teaches, love is all there is. Love is all there is. Love is safety. Love is peace. Love is our nature. It's our divine nature to love and to give and receive love naturally. And when that stream of love is not flowing through us, something's wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with you specifically, just something's out of alignment, I should say. The thoughts, the beliefs, your actions are just out of alignment to your nature. And the thing is, what I feel, we still tolerate small grievances. Gossip, someone said something bad to you and you hold on to it. And I do this sometimes. A small grievance, but still, there is no small love and there's no small hate, as the Course teaches us. So we hold on to these smaller grievances. Oh, this person said this to me, and oh man, I feel bad. It's still an act out of love. It's still hate. There's no small love. There's no small hate. So even if you feel it's small, it's not. No, we have to be very mindful of where our thoughts go, where our words go. Is this in love or is this in hate? Because what you say to others, you say to yourself, and vice versa. And also, why wouldn't you be super kind to yourself? Why wouldn't you be super kind to others? And because it's history. You see them, what they did, their history. But the divine self, the true self, there is no history. There's only now. There's only the potential. What the Course teaches us is forgiveness is our only function here. And when we feel like we have a block of love in some aspect of our life, that just means that we're not forgiving something or someone. And one of the most powerful exercises I've ever done in my whole entire life is I wrote a list of all my grievances towards myself and towards others. It started towards other people. I forgive that person, but then I turned to myself. I forgive myself for doing this. I forgive myself for looking you in the eyes of hate. Taking responsibility for choosing hate over love, and then making the right choice of choosing love over and over again. So I believe in the cosmic love, the source that binds us all together. We're all one. So why hate? Why choose hate? The purpose of this video is to remind you to choose love. Be mindful of your words, your deeds, your beliefs. Let them be in alignment to love. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please leave a like, subscribe. I would appreciate any feedback you have from me. Alright, take care, and God bless.